Good morning, traders. We are back with another trading day here in the last couple of days of February, starting the new week of March. Tomorrow, I said a couple of days. Today's the last day of February. You guys know how dumb I am when it comes to dates and all that nonsense. Oh, wait a second. I guess the thing's freezing up here. Alright, we'll let that just do its thing for a second. Okay, so what is the SPY doing? Looks like it's actually rebounding some more. Yeah, this has been rebounding after the gap down last night in the NASDAQ futures. Why are you not drawing, man? What are you doing right now? There we go. So it looks like the SPY is trying to rebound. Let me get on the daily chart here so I can see what's going on with some of these plays. Problem is the SPY is going to be running into 435, the 10-day moving average is there, and then 440, the 200-day is there. So still quite a bit of resistance ahead before we're able to even break the trend. Let's see, ISPO. Hey guys, not looking great. Fetch, this is one from last week. I don't care about it. IMMP still ripping. I may look for a play on IMMP. Possibly. BPT still slowly climbing. Another oil play. Sky. I don't know if Sky can break over 12 today. Maybe a play. INDO still uptrending. INDO not giving up yet. So I may be looking at this guy. Yeah, $14. We're just pretty high up on the daily chart. Did just get a bounce off of 14. Rebreak of 15, that could start moving. OSTK still uptrending. LNTH, it looks like that's probably done. KSCP, nothing there yet. All right, we got MULN. So they're making some type of polymer battery pack. And they've had some progress, which doesn't really mean anything, but this thing is getting some action here. Let's look at this on the 1 hour chart. Thing's had a ton of volume already though. Well, yeah, the 1 hour chart doesn't look too bad. We just got crazy resistance at 120. Pre-market high. 200-day moving average. Let's put that on the watch list. NRSN. Another very low float one under a couple of dollars moving. TPIC, that looks like that could be a possible play. KAVL getting a pop up, but that one doesn't run that much. What's in there on ALF? IMP still ripping. F-Cell ripping. Another fuel company. Another oil stock. Getting tons of oil stocks today moving. Oxy. Hold on a second. MULN. A lot of volume in the market today. VNTR. Let's see. REGI. That thing has ripped dollars. And VNTNR. Inverse head and shoulders on DWAC. Put this in the 15-minute, you can see it better. Yeah, see, shoulder here, head here, another shoulder. If I can, re-break 100, you can see DWAC going to run. Put that on watch. PHUN, that's popping too. God, there's so much going on right now. Let's check the oil scanner specifically. Yeah, we got that RGI up 38%. Yeah, look at the oil. All these oil plays up quite a bit. Oh, I ain't seen Gevo in a while. Gevo popping up there. Let's throw Gevo on the watch list. UEC, that's a uranium company. Oh, with us going to war, UEC's probably want to keep on watch. So we got uranium and oil both running today. Hello, Fatima. Good morning. Or Fatima. I'm sorry. I think I've been saying that wrong. Look at MULN trying to go here. We're going to run right in that 200 at 120. Yes. This is a pretty nice pattern too, kind of a cup and handle. I'm going to go on this. 100 shares. Austin, you're still holding MRO from last week. Nice job. Holding that oil stock. Everything going on. Oil's going to probably keep going up. And that's just how it's going to be. So I'm looking for this to hold 115 support. 115 is nice natural hold number. We do have some support at 110, but I wanted to start holding up this 115 area. You can see those buyers sitting there and just tons of orders on this thing. So much volume. There we go. Starting to push towards 120. Alright. Come on. Get through 118. There you go. We're going to blow through 119. Maybe. Testing 120 now. New high a day. We're going to break 120 here. Yep, breaking 120. See if this guy can start going now. We got to break through 125. Final resistance area to get over that 200 day. So it looks like we're going to test here for a little bit. A lot of selling pressure there still. Well, they all just kind of got taken out. Bid's starting to stack at 120. We may not test 120. 125 may be where we slow down at. Oh no, we are getting held back at 120. Give me just a second, guys. That's awesome, Fatima, that you had the Green Day made some good profit. And this is my first trade on the day, so we'll see here. Now, be careful holding on to a short like that, especially right now, because if the market starts rebounding, then Facebook will probably have a lot of buying volume come into it. So, just be very careful. The markets are so volatile right now. Come on, get through that 120. Stop struggling. There you go. Looks like we're going to get another break here. There we go. And up to 122. And I ain't looking for much on this. All I'm looking for is up to like 150. 150 is my price target. So that's 30 cents. Because 30 cents on a dollar stock is quite a decent sized move. I mean, you got to think about it. 30-cent move on a dollar stock is a 30% gain. So, damn, we cannot get through this 120. You can see where we're just smashing into it. We got 10 minutes left on this, on this hour chart. Are you going to get it? Here we go. We are hanging here a lot longer than I want to. So you can see we're starting to double top a little bit on the 5-minute. But we are holding 120 support now. Or at least trying to. So it cracked back below 120 again. So much indecision on this. May have a pullback here to 115. We don't want it to pull all the way back to this 10-day at 108. Alright, let's see what else is going on. SPOs, there's nothing still there. SPY's testing at 435 now. GVO's slowly climbing. If UEC breaks $4, that could get pretty crazy. Well, it'll be an all-day slow runner. It ain't gonna get that crazy. IMP, if it could pull back down to this trend line at $2, that wouldn't be too bad of a play. It probably won't. 225 looks like it may be the bottom. Oh, let's see here. We're still. I thought we were going to pull back a little bit harder. We still might, but so far we're still hanging right at that 120 area. We got 2 minutes on this 5-minute candle to close, and 7 minutes on this 15-minute candle to close. So what's the tip of this pre-market high? 118.90. So actually, if we could just hold 119 and close above that on the 15-minute chart, I think we could see a push up, another push up, but hard to say right now with it fighting. IMPP 250 out 275. Nice job, Sicilian. Have you lost any trades lately, man? You've been on fire. I haven't seen you really talk about any losses, man. Several of y'all have been on fire lately, just killing it. Makes me so happy to see. Yeah, so okay, the drop is coming towards the end of this candle. So we probably let's see. Let's just see if it stays above 115. It opened up right above 115. Right at the same bottom. If this candle goes green, we're good. If this candle starts dropping red, below the two bodies of these two candles, we're going to pull on back to 110. Hey, Lori, good morning. There you go. There you go, Sicilian. You were starting to advance very quickly, my friend. Just like I tell Orlando, don't let it go to your head, because these markets are still brutal. They don't care how good you are. These markets can turn around on you within a second in the current climate we're in. See, 115 cracked there, so we may pull back down to 110. Still got 4 minutes on it. INDL coming back down. So oil must have had a little drop. Let's pull up TradingView and take a peek ski at the oil. Yeah, we are coming down that 110. It may not be able to get that pop, that 200 right there on the hour chart. Just may be too strong, but you know, we still got plenty of time. And if it doesn't rip now, it doesn't mean it can't rip later. So we hit that high, so we're in an upward slope. I just don't like that the bottom's all the way back down here. Yeah, it's fine, whatever. It's only got 100 shares at 116. If it goes to $1, I don't want to be risking all that. I don't want to see it at $1. Oh yeah, well. Alright, so here is the charts. Oil. Yeah, you can see on that 1 hour, oil has been downtrending. Still at 95 a barrel, holding 95 a barrel. Looks like we're going to have a triangle, so I don't know how much oil's going to move today. Yeah, saying energy stock. What are they talking about? Energy stock slip Monday? All I see is energy stocks up. Okay. See gold over 1900 again. Silver back over 24. Still holding over 24. This is a good sign. I think we'll see it test 25 and break soon. Real estate market had a little rebound, but coming back down as well. And let's see. Here's the US dollar against the Russian ruble, and this thing shot up. And what I want to see is, okay, so even though that the dollar shot up against the Russian ruble, it's still going down on the DXY, the dollar index. So, you know, well, my concern is if the dollar continues to strengthen, you know, it's false strengthening because it's just people pulling money out of the stock market and out of cryptos when they get scared. But is a possibility that war could, you know, turn the market around some, at least for the short time. Let's see, Boeing. What is Boeing's ticker symbol? I gotta remember what it is. Boeing. Oh yeah, it's BA. Yeah, nice rip there on Boeing this morning. They're going about $7. Oh, decent rip. It is a $200 stock, so $7 really isn't that big a deal. But still a pretty nice move. Let's look at this daily chart. So the overall trend of the daily chart is a downtrend. This thing has not broken it. Will not be able to break it till 220. But we're running in to the 50-day at 208. There's resistance there. Then, of course, 210, a little whole number. And then 214, 215 right here at the 200-day is going to be very strong resistance, the same way that it's acting very strong resistance on this 2 hour or on this 1 hour chart for MULN. So it's already a nice move. I can't tell you when to sell your positions, but it was a nice move on Boeing so far. I mean, it's never a bad idea to lock out some profit, at least, while you're in the green, if you're thinking it's going to keep going up. But just remember that, guys. It's when you're in the green, it's never a bad idea to lock out a little bit of profit. Especially if you've gotten a run like that on Boeing where it ran up $7. You just don't want to hold it, and then it ends up, not doing much. I mean, it is Boeing, so I'm sure they're getting some interest because of their planes and all that, whatnot for the military. So we are holding up that 110 so far on MULN. Yeah. I'll hold this, I think, as long as 110 is holding. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, holding above that 10-day moving average. Okay. He popped up 13 cents as well. I'd like to see Indo come back down to 12. If it come back down to 12 right above the trend line, that would be idea. And I'm not even talking about today, really. Just today or tomorrow, something like that. Just a little come back down to test this $12 support in this trend line. Let's see if we start to hold up here and push back above 115 so we can make this nice curl. If we don't, and we drop below 1.9, we're going to drop lower. So we want to see this bottom forming this new higher low of support. Hey, there you go, Fatima. When you got profit, why not lock it out, And that sounds like you executed that play very, very well. So good job. Maybe Boeing continues to rip, but who cares? You pulled your little ATM withdrawal out of it, or big ATM withdrawal, whatever, that account size you're using, but you pulled it right out of there. Now, guess what? You ain't got to worry about whether you lose on that trade. You just stuff that green in your pocket and be ready for the next day. and get another green day. We're really struggling here. Austin Sowers, you're getting ready to sell any? Are you about to sell MRO? Any reason why I should sell it at 22.50? Well, why do you want to sell it at 22.50? Let me ask you that question. I'll pull MRO up too here in a second. There we go. Now again, I mean, locking out profit is a good thing. But I'm just trying to see why you're trying to sell it at this moment. We are trying to get back above 115. Can we get back above it, start holding 115 as support again? Maybe. That'd be a pretty decent sign if it does get back above 115 and starts holding. Still struggling there. I'm going to take a quick little break while we're waiting for this to play out. Let's take one more look at the SPY. Yeah, we are back above 115. Very nice. Yeah, so I'll be right back. Give me a couple of minutes, guys. And then we'll see what this thing can do. And we'll take a look at whatever other plays are moving. There's just a lot of plays. I mean, it's Monday. People are excited. This war is happening. So, that's going to cause a lot of hoorah in the market. We also got the possible interest raise hikes coming. And now that we're kind of in a war, I am a little bit concerned that they may not raise interest rates a quarter point or as small as I was thinking, because beforehand we wasn't going to war with Russia. It seems like we're headed towards that way. Troops and stuff being sent over there from what I've heard already to Kiev and whatnot. So that is, a very interesting development on top of everything else that we already have going on. So here's the thing. With oil skyrocketing, we've got to move all the military across the world. So it costs gas money. Well, oil's at all-time highs, so this is costing us a fortune right now, more than a fortune, that we don't even have because we're already 30 trillion in debt. So that leaves me to think that the government and the Federal Reserve they may get tight. They may get real tight, and we could see them raise interest rates quite a bit higher. If it wasn't war on the horizon, I think they would have done a quarter point. But this, for war, they're going to raise interest rates and they're going to raise taxes. And already in an inflated environment that we're in, with all the damage done to the economy, I don't even have an idea of what this war is going to do. Because Normally, war is good for the stock market, but normally we're not in these unprecedented times. Okay, thing was loud. Uh, so, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the government is going to do. It seems like they just want to crash the economy, which is already happening, been happening. So, I don't know. Anyways, be right back, guys. I ain't gonna get off on too much of a rant today, but this war has thrown a ace card in the hole there of everything that we've been analyzing and looking for, and I just don't know how things are going to react. So we'll see. But yeah, give me just a second. I'll be right back. Sorry guys, I was on a phone call. I got a phone call during that break, so it took a little longer than expected. But we did break that 125. New high a day at 130. Let's see. Do we have any past chart resistance at 130? That's what I want to know. No. A little bit. There's not much. It'd be 130 is basically the break of this U shape. Or 135, I should say. It's actually got room all the way up to $2. And after $2, it does have room all the way up to $2.75. There's a lot of room for this thing to move. But it's probably going to be a slow move like this all day if it continues. We'll see though. It is starting to ramp up a little bit. What's the float on this? Yeah, 35 million shares. So a dollar stock and only 35 million shares is very low float because people are going to be buying a lot bigger positions because of how cheap this stock is. So when they're buying, we can see that on the level 2, the order sizes are pretty big. So that the more shares they're buying, because they can buy a lot more with it being cheaper, the more shares of the float it gets locked up. But we did break over that uptrend or that sloping channel thing too. Question will be if we can just get through this 133 area. To be able to get to 150. See, we are getting rejected. I don't like how that flat topped on that candle though. And we'll just let you keep riding. You're doing all right for now. We do want to see 120, if not 125, hold as support here. Let's see what's that SPY doing. SPY still pushing up. Looks like it's going to try to test 440 today. But we're going to run into some UEC almost got up to got to 397. REGI not really doing much. IMP trying to hold 250 as support, which is also the 10-day on the 15-minute. So if that can hold 250 and break this current downtrend, we could see it start to move. It does have a little uptrend too on this short time frame. So that's actually very close to either popping up or popping down. And like I said, 250 doesn't hold. That's going to crack. Okay, MULN so far still holding 125. See a lot of buyers sitting at 126. But they could get taken out very quick, so... Can you get it? Let's see if there's anything popping up on that 200-day scanner that I haven't seen. JKS, that had about a $6 run. Maxar, that had about a $6 run. Maxar is actually a decent play. A little bit higher float, 72 million. But it's bull flagging at the moment. However, this is a pretty high bull flag, but that could keep on running if it can break. Basically, it looks like 33.25. OSTK did get a bounce off of that trend line, running $2.50 so far. So nice move there. This moves all over the place. Alright, we still haven't dropped off on MLUN yet. We didn't even touch 125 on that candle. So this 5-minute candle and the 15 are fixing to close. Let's see how the next candle opens here. Because if we don't continue momentum, I may just get out of it. But this whole 120 to 130 area is just all resistance. So we're still, jumbling around in here. Let's see. If this candle can push up over 132, we should see 150. Would you retract your message for Orlando? Are you having issues like One Life was the other day? Good morning, Orlando, by the way. I just see that you had a message that was retracted. If that was you, that's fine. But let me know if you didn't do it, so that way I can figure out what's going on. Because One Life had those problems last week, where his messages were not going through for some reason. Just testing. This 125 is support. Yeah, there goes 120. Yeah, right through it, cracking through it here. See if it bounces right back above it. Oh, okay, gotcha. I was just making sure. I just wanted to make sure that you wasn't getting, your messages wasn't getting messed with. YouTube's been real funky lately. So let's just give this a second. See if I can hold up this 125. There we go, back over 125. That's what we wanted to see. Oh, we got pushed right back down again, though. There we go, come on. Keep pushing back up. You're doing good. That's awesome, man. I know you've been killing it. You had your best day ever on Friday so far in your 1-year trading career. Amazing progress. Like really unbelievable progress. Really impressed with both you and Sicilian and everybody else who's come such a long way in a short time period. Becoming your own traders. Not following me, but learning from my stupidness so you don't have to make those same mistakes. Beautiful thing. Thursday was your best trading day yet. And you made like over 500 or close to 500, something like that. So we're going to come up here and test 130 again. Got held up at 129. We're still pecking at it. Get those 129s out of there. See, how many orders on the time and sales are we getting at 129? We're getting some orders. We just need bigger orders to take it out. Okay, there's a couple of 2,000, 3,000 orders. There's a 5. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Let's see a bunch of 130s light this thing up. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Come on. Break out now. Get on up there. Yeah. Break at 132. Make a new high here. There you go. Testing 132. A lot of selling sitting here. Can they get taken out? Getting 132s on the time and sales. Blasting through here. Taking them out slowly. 132s keep coming. There we go. Come on. Keep coming, 132s. Get this guy out of the way. This big seller's sitting there. Get him out of here. 131s again. Are you talking to Orlando or are you talking to me, Sicilian? Because I just have 100 shares of this. So, like I said, I'm just looking for one up to 150. That'd be about a $40 win. Because with as crazy as everything is, I was up last night watching the futures market, doing my earn trade challenge. Did pretty decent. Went 5 for 6. And made about 550 on that futures account. So I just got to keep maintaining consistency and just get to the profit goal, and I'll move on to the next level of the earn and trade futures. But I was watching the futures last night. It's something I've not really done before, but now that I'm trading futures, it's kind of like, it's almost like a missing piece to the puzzle, being able to look at the futures, and because the futures are what they are. They're futures for a reason. The SPY follows the NASDAQ future. And Bitcoin and Ethereum have been following the NASDAQ future. Alright, we're going to give it another shot, it looks like, possibly here. Go ahead and get all these 131s out of the way. There you go. Alright, let's see these 132s. We need a bunch of them because we still got big buyers or big sellers. Let's see if they can start getting taken out. Starting to get pegged. 132s slowly coming in again. We need to see a lot of green 132s. Come on, light this level 2 up, buyers. Light it up. Light it up. Let's go. We still ain't broke over it though. We did throw one little wick up to 133, just 1 penny over, but we need to get over this 132. And stay over it. So far 130 is trying to hold as support, which we want to continue to see, but no, it's starting to crack down a little bit. I'm a little concerned that it didn't go there when we took out all those sellers. because we might not have took out sellers. We might have had shorters piling in there. Well, we still look pretty good on this 15 minute. We got 7 minutes left, so we got plenty of time on this 15-minute chart. See, not quite as much selling sitting there at 132 as there was before. So as long as we lighten up 132 greens on here, we should get right through that. There we go again. Slowly. Not quite as much as that first time. There it goes. Alright, can we go now? Can we move on up? Let's get out of these damn areas. Still not able to break. Do we have 10 seconds on this 5-minute candle? Oh, wait a minute here. That was a... still not able to get one through 132. Killing me, MULN. You're killing me. You're taking too slow. Or you're being too slow. Get through these areas. If it doesn't break through these areas soon, I'm going to lock this out and just call it a day. Because if it continues to struggle like this at this 133 area, 132 area, we have some issues. There we go. Now we're through 132. Look, still a bunch of sellers though sitting there on 134. So with sellers at 133, 134, there's probably going to be a lot of sellers at 135. $15-minute chart looking really good though for a push up here soon. This 15-minute candle can close over 134. Then we should see the move up to 150 on the next candle. We got 3 minutes on this candle though. You can see the indecision. I mean, this buyers and sellers are battling at this area so hard. That sounded real weird. That sounded real weird. These buyers and these sellers, man, they're in the trenches right now. They just going so hard. So hard. What's up, trading ever after? You and that prog, man. I mean, if that thing keeps giving you money, you know, keep taking it. Alright. Oh, see, we hit 134 again and rejected. Minute and a half here. At least we're tested. Testing that 130 support line again. Getting very close to putting a stop loss in under 130. And we're pulling back down in the last 30 seconds of this candle. Big order on the bid, but I don't know if that's a buyer or a shorter. Let's see. Okay, as long as you're staying above 130, that's all right. I only want to hold now if it's staying above 130 because I'm in the green. I've been in the green. I'm not going to take a red trade on this. Even if it's just a little bit of profit, still better than no profit. You 130 starting to act as resistance. Very, very close to locking out of this. If we don't pop right back above 130. So close, but 128 keeps holding up. See buyers coming in at 128. They all just got hit hard. I'm just going to take this. If it doesn't hold up here, it's going to pull all the way back down to 117, which is my entry. And then from there, that's losing the down. We're losing the momentum that we had. So that's why I'm getting out of it with that little profit, because I don't want to take a loss when I'm in the green. There's no reason to. But you can see we had nice upward momentum, but we just slammed out. And it's been, 30 minutes sitting here at this price area, this 130 to 135, and it's not been able to push over either one of those. So, this could keep ripping, but we are, the trend line's back down here at $1. The 10-day on the 15-minute is back down at like 117. And I don't want to hold it all the way back down to 117, like I said, and take a risk of this turning into a red trade. So it's not a big trade. There's 100 shares on 116 or $1.16 stock, so that's about an 8% gain. And it's not great, but it's green, so I'll take it. Like I said, I'm not trying to lose any more trades. If I'm in the green, I'm going to take it. I don't care how little the profit is. If we lose momentum like this, I'm hopping out. So not anything amazing, but able to pull a little bit and continue my win streak from last week. Because what did I make last week? About 350, I think. I made about 350, maybe a little bit more, and it was all on INDO mainly, besides the little trades that I took where, they didn't break out very hard and I just locked out of them. because there's a few of those small green trades like this one last week. So I'll come back in tomorrow fired up. Now that we're seeing, I was kind of want to wait and not take any big trades or anything like that. Well, I don't even say big trades, but I don't want to take any risky trades in this market with everything going on, and I definitely don't want to be sitting in trades for very long. Yeah, see, SPY's starting to pull back down a little bit. So if the SPY starts to pull back down, that will be, yeah. See, we're right at that 440 downtrend. Remember, Friday, I was trying to short this and go long on it, both during that consolidation where we were almost up there testing. It was Friday. We got up to that 438 area. That's where we're hitting right now on the SPY. So this is actually kind of a double top that it's built right below the downtrend. So the SPY's got to break that if it's going to try to continue to climb. And I don't really necessarily foresee that happening. But we'll see. I mean, it's already getting rejected there. So if we get rejected here, we could pull all the way back down to this uptrend at 432 on the SPY. Let's see if everything's starting to go a little red in the market. No, it's pretty mixed still. The big boys are turning green. Google, Apple, Microsoft, all of that. Let's see what else we got. ISPO, nothing really there. Givo slowing down. Yeah, look, it's like almost everything just got slowed down because of the SPY pulling back. Except for this. This was not really losing any momentum, but it's not moving that much. It is slowly uptrending, but yeah, IMMP, that's selling off for now. Oh, look at you, MULN. MULN may have shook me out of there. I don't know. It's still sketchy. A lot of indecision at this 130. Ooh, NRSN. Let's see this on the daily. And that's only got, it did pop yesterday or Friday with a nice move from 175 up to 265, about a 90-cent run. But today again, 200 is right there at 250. It was rejected Friday. So it's probably going to hit that 250 again and get rejected, even though it is uptrending. But it could be a play for a little bit. Like 30 cents possibly in there if this does get back above 225 and can run up to like 250. Test that little peak in pre-market. MRO's uptrending beautifully. DWAC not doing anything. OSTK, that's still hanging out. Making new highs on OSTK, 57.47. This thing just still moving on up. This guy has been a nice mover at Overstock, and that's why I was talking about it. It's a crypto play too. Overstock, surprisingly, has their own crypto exchange. I would have never guessed that Overstock has that, but Overstock does. So, cryptos keep going up. Overstock can keep going up because of that. But also, just there seems to be some hype around Overstock from it being so cheap. It was 111 last November and just at that low of 36. But on that daily, we are above the 50-day, holding above it, quite a ways, and we still got room up to 68 bucks. That was my original price target on OSTK, but I didn't want to hold it over the weekend. I was looking for it to make that move to 70 last week, but looks like it maybe this week. But, hard to tell. We'll see what continues to happen throughout the week. Yeah, see MULN still just having problems there. Starting to kind of make a head and shoulders. Head there, shoulder. Starting to form this other shoulder. Usually leads to a sell-off. Let's see here. Profits over and over, rinse and repeat. Yeah. Exactly, Sicilian. If it's a $10, even if it's $10 into green, green trade is still a green trade. Like I said, I do think MULN, it's still early in the day. It's 11 o'clock Central, so there's still a lot of time left in the market. But like I said, I just didn't want to hold MULN through all of this indecision right here at this resistance area, and it not break out and me end up taking a loss. But yeah, appreciate that. One life, you do believe in steady growth mindset, making 100 week consistently can grow 5K in a year. Yeah, well, that's exactly what you want to do. That's it. You're exactly right. It's all about consistency. If you're consistent, if you're winning consistently, even if you're taking, a lot of these trades like this in the past, I would hold this, down. I wouldn't take this little profit. But because I've been doing what I've been doing lately, H&H Trader been in the war room. He's been beating me over the head with a stick. Josie, the futures trader expert, as well, has been beating me over the head with a stick. Telling, like, don't take losses. Don't take them. Why would you take a loss when you're in the green? So, I have to get it beat through my head a couple of times. But that is the plan there. Now it's starting to push up again, but still, again, if it doesn't break over at 134, it could come right back down. But yeah, in the past, I would have held this down, to the support line and been in the red waiting for it to break out when I was up in the green for that little bit of time. And that's not what I want to do anymore. I don't want to hold plays too long. If they're taking too long to break out at resistance, then I'm going to lock it out. And I don't care how much this runs the rest of the day. Whatever. I got, I got me some Chipotle money there. I can go get me, what we got, chicken and steak bowl. Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. That's what. Who was it? Was it you trading ever after? No. It was Brian C. I think. It was that one play. It was INDO last week where he was talking about an indecision doji on the 1 minute candle, and I kept telling him like, the 1 minute chart is such a short time frame, it doesn't really mean anything. The overall trend is what matters, and that's the thing with the MULN, is it does have the overall trend on the shorter time frames, so it can continue to push. But the big difference between INDO and MULN is below all the moving averages, so that's why we see every single 5 cents or 3 cents, we're hitting tons and tons of selling because this thing has just been so bearish. It just hit a low of 52 cents. So, but like And here's the thing too. Once you have a bigger account on a trade like this, you could take this first profit, wait for it to pull back, and then get back in it for another possible bounce off of the dollar and the trend line. Or wait to see it actually fully break these levels and then confirm, 135 a support or something, and then get back in and try to ride it up more. Uh, so that's another reason why it's important. Just take the green, even if you're on a small account like this. You know, as your account grows, you'll be able to get back into plays. You can lock in. Like I locked in $11 here. I could go if I had any funds left. I don't really have any funds left today because I've been moving a lot of money around. I've got enough funds for tomorrow to make some decent trades if I see them. But like I said, I wasn't planning on really doing much trading today anyway, with it being Monday. But you can get that money in and out when you got a bigger account. So that's why you want to strive for now. Even if you take the little wins, as long as they're not losses, each little win is better than any losses whatsoever. It's going to add up. And then when you do get those nice rips like on INDO last week, where I was able to make 350 off of it for the whole entire trading week, your account will get to that size a lot quicker to where you can take multiple trades. But like one I was saying, this is a dollar stock, and I said this way earlier when I first started getting into this. I was only looking up to 150. So when you think about prices, 50-cent move on a dollar is 50%, right? That's a 50% move. We see 50% moves somewhat every day. The thing is already up, though, 90%. I didn't realize it was up 90%. How low was this in pre-market? Oh, it was down at 75 cents. Yeah, so that's why it's up 100%. It's doubled in price since the open of pre-market, which is really nice. It is starting to come up and test again those $1.35 areas. But anyway, like I was saying, it's a 50% move on a dollar stock. 50-cent move on a $5 stock is not a 50% move. That's only a 10% move, right? So you got to look at it. Like 50 cents on a $5 stock is a decent amount, but sometimes we see them rip dollars. But that difference, between the price from being cheap like a dollar or being a $5 stock, is gonna weigh into how much it can actually run. Now I've seen dollar stocks run to $20 or $30 in a day before. I've seen it happen in 30 minutes before. Not really here much in the last couple of years, but I have seen it. In a really hot, low float, penny stock market, which we've really not been in, which is why, we've been aiming and trading for the higher mid-range stocks because those have been moving a lot better than these cheap penny stocks. But I did notice the last couple of days, or last week, there was a lot more dollar stocks that were getting some decent moves than we've had in a while. So that's another reason why I took this trade. And you can see here it goes. It's going to give that move up to 150. It just took too long for me. You dirty, dirty little stock, you. But, oh well. Like I said, there will be another day, another trade where I can get more of the rip. But just not sure how things was going to go today. So, beautiful. Beautiful play so far. If you did make some money off of MULN, good job. If you're still in it, getting this run up here. Looks like it is going to try to get on to 150. We may, because it's been getting held up every 5 cents, we may see it get held up at 145. But again, that was another thing that's the difference on these cheaper stocks under $3. This was getting held. This has been getting held up at every 5 cents of resistance, every 10 cents. On higher price stocks, you don't really see a 5 cent move into resistance, and that be it. And there's actually, well, let's see. No, it's kind of poking right through 145. No, it is going to slow down here a little bit. Yep, see, every 5 cents. And more than likely, like I said, it's because it's below the moving averages. So a lot more selling pressure, a lot of resistance lines it's got to get through. But it really doesn't have much resistance on the past chart. But because we're seeing every 5 cents just hold up on the 5 minute chart, that's a problem. You saw stock go from 6 to 72. That was last year. Yeah, there was a couple of them last year that shot up quite a bit. I think Gevo was one of those last year that had a big rip, if I remember correctly. Let's see its daily charts. Let's see if I can remember it. Or maybe that was the year before. Let's see the 3 year. Okay, maybe it wasn't Gevo. What was I thinking of then? I don't know. I remember there was a couple of plays last year that ripped pretty big. I mean, DWAC was a big runner. DWAC IPO'd, and it was all the way down. It IPO'd and dropped down to like 6 or something, and then ran all the way to 175. It didn't do it in one day though. It took a little bit longer than one day. It took about a week, but still, that's an incredible run. $6 all the way up to it's saying the low is 984. Maybe I was wrong, but I can't really see those candles. So yeah, if the low is 984, it wasn't 6, it was 9. But still, it went from $10 to 175. That's still a $165 rip. But yeah, in a really hot penny stock market, we can see this in a day. Well, maybe not all the way up to 175. But there was one year right before Christmas. I've told the story a couple of times. It's about October. I think it was 2018. I want to say it might have been 2017. But shipping stocks got super hot. Shipping stocks were exploding. And DCIX, that one ran from like a couple of dollars to like $50, $60 in a day. What's that one called? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's a cheap stock. It doesn't hardly do anything every once in a while to get a pop. But it ran from like 90 cents to like $25 in a day. There was, what was the other stock? Oh, God, there's another one. There was like 5 different stocks that were shipping companies that just went absolutely ballistic. They were super low float. And I guess everybody was expecting a hot Christmas, and all them stocks just went nuts. So it did break through 145, but still, Reddit rumbling around here, playing around in that resistance area. But it's good to see. That was the run I was looking for. So good to see my accuracy is on point as far as technical analysis, even though I didn't get the whole rip. Like I said, I'm not worried about it ripping out anymore. Not the big deal. Yeah, DWAG went ballistic. Yeah. Yeah, ISPO this year. Yeah, that's another one, Lori, that went pretty crazy. Oh yeah, look at that. That SPY getting rejected. That's what I was saying. I did not think it was going to get over this downtrend. It's been rejected at this downtrend every single time it's come up to it. So now, look at it. Look at it. Ooh, that would have been a nice future short right there. But it's probably going to come on down to 432 at this point. It does have the 10-day moving average at 435.56 on the 15-minute chart. And then it does have a double top there at 434.33. So we may not see it all the way down to 432. It still could hold a 10-day and turn back around, but it definitely is looking sketchy at the moment. Testing that 10-day very hard. Pretty much, like I said, crack through 435, and then we'll probably be coming back down. Okay. Now, if you guys have any questions or anything, you can go ahead and get those in. We'll give the stream about 15 more minutes here, and then I'm going to call it a day. Until about 1:30. 1:30, I'll be on the crypto channel for the crypto update. Yeah, with that SPY pulling back, that may also. Yeah, you can see with the SPY pulling back, well, it's actually not affecting MULN that much. It did have that pullback, but it was going to get rejected at 145 anyway on that first attempt. And may try to push again here. Unless that SPY cracks hard in a second. MULN may go ahead and try to get that 150 move, but it's only, like 5-7 cents. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. I think all of this week, definitely be keeping your uranium stocks like UEC on watch. UEC is a uranium stock I've made some pretty decent money off of in the past, the beginning of. Let's see, when was I calling UEC to go on a run? Because UEC. Oops. What are you doing? See, where was it? Yeah, right back here where I was. You see that trend line, that support line I had on it, watching it back there. But I think I bought some UEC in. I don't know, but this is a uranium play. I remember I made some money off of it. So definitely keep this one on watch. It does have room if it can break over 4 up to 5, and then we'll probably run into some strong resistance there. But all these plays, UEC, BPT, REGI. Well, let's see. Wait a minute. Oh, looks like REGI got bought maybe by Chevron. Yeah. Yeah, they're getting bought by Chevron, so that's why that's up so high and it's not barely moving. So I probably wouldn't pay too much attention to that one. DWAC. DWAC continues to uptrend, making this nice little triangle. So that's another play to keep on watch all week. And then, INDO is coming back down to that trend line. So we'll be keeping an eye on that too. Of course, Overstock. I don't think it's going to slow down too much until about $65. So still could be some plays potentially there tomorrow. Oh, look, MULN is going up to 150 now. You going to break? Let's see if it breaks 150. It may break 150 here. As long as it's been taking to build up to this. The only thing is, see, look at that 15 minute. We're way up here on the chart. So we're overextended into 150. And I don't think we're going to break because of that. And that candle might even double top right here. See if it pushes up and tests 150. I think what we'll see is we're either going to double top and sell back off to the 10-day, or if we do come up, we may throw a little wick above 150 and then kind of make like a little pivot point doji red candle here if it doesn't just sell off. See, it's trying to push up now. Let's see. I just want to see if it's going to break 150 or not. It's starting to look decent for the test, as this candle is turning green. But like I said, I think we may hit 150, throw a little wick up, and then come back down. However, yeah, it's just way too off its trend line. I just don't think it can break 150 now. Not on a strong break. MRO still uptrending. Beautiful uptrend there. I know you asked me about MRO earlier, Austin, but if it's uptrending, just keep riding uptrend, and if the uptrend cracks, you can get out. Yeah, look at that MULN. Yeah, it's starting to make that double top. Okie dokie. Let's see here. Would I swing IMMP? I don't want to really swing anything right now with all the indecision going on. Me personally, that's why I wasn't even really willing to, want to take much of a trade too. It was just cause this volatility. I mean, I know I did swing a couple of trades last week. Or you're talking about, let me look at IMMP first. I'm sitting here looking at MULN. Well, give me just a second. Let's see if MULN can break here. I want to see if it tries to break 150 or not. Or if it can break 150 or not here. Because on this 15 minute, it looks like it's going to try. Alright, let's go to IMMPP. So, as far as the way IMPP looks today, you're way up here off of the trend line. The trend line's back down at 2. So, if you was to swing it and it wants to pull back down to the trend line, it very easily could. Let's look at it on an hour chart, though. There you go. So there on the hour chart, we can see where the trend line is and also where that 10-day moving average has held up. So as long as on the hour chart is staying bullish above that 10-day moving average, or at least staying above $2, then it could be a possible swing. I wouldn't want it up here right now because it is downtrending. So as long as it's still downtrending, it's going to come back down. It does have support on the day about 225. Some pretty strong support. It was previous resistance Friday with all these wicks that shot up right there but couldn't break out. So now where it came down at, market open is around that 225 area. So 225 may not be a bad area to look for it at. But for now, I definitely think it's going to pull back more. Look at the hour chart here. We had that initial green candle run up, selling pressure in the 275 area, pushed the candle back down before it closed. We tried to shoot up again. This candle opened right here, came all the way down, and then buyers pushed it back up, but were unable to push it any further than that 275 area again. So now on this candle, we got a little wick up there, but not even quite to 275, and we're selling off. But when these type of candles like this, especially on a higher time frame like the hour chart, 5 minute, 1 minute probably is not going to matter that much. But on the 1 hour chart and above, this usually signals some type of sell-off because we're getting just, there was too much selling pressure for this to even turn much more green. It threw one little tiny nip up, like just one little itty bitty nip right there. But it is still bullish above all the 10-day moving average. How does this look on the daily, though? So we want to look back, make sure. Ooh. So, looking at the daily, we can see the full picture here. It is squished right between the 50 and the 200. So, actually, that 265, 275 area is holding up because of that 200 and where it closed at on this big rip day when it first IPO'd at, all the way up to 830. So basically break a $3 and we could see it continue to run. Now this 200 day is not going to matter much on the daily chart. Oh, I'm on the weekly chart. Let me get out of the weekly chart. I'm looking at the totally wrong thing. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this was a new IPO. Shot straight up, sold all the way off. So, okay, actually, we're below the 200 day at $5 on the daily. We do have this uptrend, so there is room up to $5, and the 50 day is at $2. So again, that $2 area, pretty strong support. So we could look like 220, something like that, 215. Like I was saying, I'd want to see where it's going to hit a bottom at today at some point. But definitely has, some room to move up. There's this one wick here at 350, so still that's $1 that you could get up to. Other than that 350, there's really not any resistance other than 3. Maybe a little bit at 275. Yeah, I want to see how it's closing in power hour, how it looks in power hour, and how the SPY looks as well. There you go, Austin. There you go. Take some profit off of it. You're up on MRO. Take some profit off on it, and if it continues to ride up the uptrend, this is what I was saying earlier. This is what you missed on the daily chart. It is above all EMAs, so it is very bullish, and we're still holding above that 10-day. And you got, for today, you've got a pretty obvious uptrend right here. As long as it's staying above that, then it's just going to keep going up today. If it cracks below this trend line, then you could have a little concern. 10-day is about 2170, but it looks like we've got support, pretty decent support now at 22 since we broke and been above it all day. So if it does pull back down, I would be looking 22, maybe even 2150. But yeah, for now, I mean, it's just uptrending. So until that cracks, and it does pay a dividend too. Marathon does pay a quarterly dividend. It looks like not very much, and it's been going up as the price goes up by a penny. It was 4 cents back last May, and now their dividend is around 7 cents, it looks like. But I don't know exactly when their dividend pay. This one. Well, wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there it is. So this dividend payment just got paid out on the 15th. So there won't be another dividend payment until Q2, which could be, probably April or May when they might pay the dividend. I'm just guessing here. Uh-oh, MULN really breaking out here. Finally busting through that 150. Yeah, there you go. Up. If it starts holding 150 as support, it can continue to run. MULN doing its little thing. Nice run so far. 57 cents from $1. So that's definitely a decent moneymaker today. He's wanting to hold Marathon Oil, One Life. Now, the only thing, like I've said, I think oil is going to 150 a barrel. But $100 a barrel is going to be strong resistance. And we see that clearly. I can see on the hour chart here, oil, where we hit 100 on, I think, it was Thursday or Friday, and then we've been selling off since then. So that is going to be some resistance, even if we do, which more than likely oil will break back up to the upside. Just the only thing with oil is, we have been continually climbing straight up since May 2020. So it may not just go on and rip through 100 and keep running up. It may have to consolidate a little bit. And you see we're a ways off that trend line, a ways off the support area, a ways off that 50-day. So it's something to be aware of. If for some reason the dollar strengthens, well, the dollar is strengthening a little bit more, trying to. Yeah, because you can see gold and silver have. Yeah, just like gold and silver are hitting some resistance after they just broke out. That same thing's happening with oil as the dollar has strengthened due to this war. But it hasn't strengthened much, and it's still at this trend line. So it's downtrend. It can very easily crack that area. Hey, there's Lauren. Good morning, Lauren. Fatima Bloom Energy BE is an energy stock, so oil is an energy commodity. So any type of energy is probably going to run if oil is run. Let's see, they've got some news here. Bloom Energy upgrade to positive from neutral by whoever this person is or this institution, so I don't really give two shits what they have to say about it. Another price range, don't care about that. Another price range, whatever. Whatever these analysts are seeing with Bloom Energy, they're raising the prices. And it's probably just simply, like I said, just inflation and energy stocks in general are going up. So it has made a very nice move. And today it actually did break back above the 200 day. And it is getting a crossover too. The 10-day crossed over the 50. So I would say if BE can hold the 200-day moving average as support today and stay above $22, then as long as oil and energy continues to move up throughout the week, then Bloom certainly could move up as well. And not too long ago, it was at November, it was at a high of 37. So you do have this little downtrend. 25, of course, is going to be strong resistance just because it's a natural hold number. It's a psychological support and resistance area. And then if you look back on the chart, 25 is also previous support. Let me get a different drawing here. Let's actually blow this up so you guys can see it a little better. There we go. Oh yeah, that support is right here at 25, besides it being a whole number. We have this past chart, it held up as support here, held up as support here, started acting as resistance through here, then held up as support again for a day, and then of course acted as resistance, and then it has held up as support through here a couple of times, acted as resistance. So of course 25 is just always going to have that congestion. So you do have room up to 25, but you're going to be met with a whole lot of resistance. So just realize that. But overall, I mean, I don't mind the daily chart if it can close above the 200-day moving average today. Let's see. What is the float on this? Could be a slow move or two. 176 million shares is actually not that high of a float. So yeah, that one could get going too. Just don't because here's the thing. This is why I'm saying be careful on oil and everything, because oil and energy stocks have already been running, right? Like oil's went ballistic. So if you're buying in now, you could be buying at the top of oil. However, I don't think that's likely, as my prediction is 150 a barrel for oil before this is all said and done with. Because it is up so high, you would be buying at the top. These oil stocks, on the other hand, a lot of these oil stocks are not at the top, or energy stocks like Bloom Energy is not at the top right now. IMPP on the daily chart is not at the top. The high was 830. Where's MRO, Marathon Oil? On this daily chart, this is the top for Marathon Oil. But if we look at a 3-year chart, because Marathon Oil's been around a long time. Well, actually, you look at a 3-year chart, This is the first time in 3 years that Marathon Oil has actually broken over $20. So that's a pretty good sign there on Marathon. Three years and still not breaking out. Here's the max chart though. So in 2015, yeah, we broke this downtrend too finally on Marathon. There was a downtrend since 2015 until the in basically January of this year, December last year. That's when it started breaking this downtrend. But again, $25 is going to be strong resistance. And you can see it some more back through here. But, you know, that's the thing. Oil itself is pretty high a barrel. Definitely could go up. But I would be looking for more of the low float. Oh, this is my metal stocks. Metal stocks creeping up too, and metal stocks have been pretty low as well. And some of those pay dividends. But here's AU or Anglo Gold. You can see the last couple of days it's been starting to uptrend. A steel company. Steel is definitely going to skyrocket if we're going into war. So steel stocks is another thing to watch. That's what I'm saying. Just all precious metal stocks. You can see all these are up right now. On today with about the same chart patterns. That one's a little down. Pan America silver. And then same thing with the oil. But again, what I was talking about in the Discord last night, where the dollar strengthened because of money coming out of Russia, all the restrictions on the sanctions, I should say, on Russia, all of that. That has strengthened the dollar, and with the dollar strengthening, technically, assets like, commodities like gold, silver, oil, steel, copper, all of that could go down, you know. And I'm also very, very concerned with them raising interest rates higher. I thought it was only going to be a quarter point, but with this whole war thing going on, I don't know if it'll be a quarter point. Because in previous war times, they raised taxes and raised interest rates pretty high. So normally, but again, we are in unprecedented amount of debt with this crazy inflation, which we've been talking about. So I just don't know how this is all going to play out at the moment. Quite a curveball with the war. Anyway. Yeah, I that's what I'm looking for tomorrow, as INDO to give another shot if it can come down today. So I'm going to be looking for it to hold up. But I'm going to call it a day, guys. I appreciate everybody joining me as always. If you haven't yet, go check out frameworkfortune.com. Framework Fortune blockchain project is about to be built out on the website. Already started it, so the next couple of days the white papers will be up, along with a nice little page where you can go check out and learn more about the Framework Fortune project and how to become a part of it, as we are going to move to more blockchain based technology. Start our own blockchain project. Well, it's already started, but Yeah, just be smart out there, guys, with everything going on. Be keeping an eye on your stocks, cryptos, assets, whatever, because the markets are very volatile. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there, and you guys enjoy the new outro. Until next time.
This is war with the enemy. Think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me. I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. Built to last when the web's on.